Hello, this is OverlordBou, back with another information video, and today we're going to be going over the new unique commander for the Netherlands nation coming to World of Warships into testing in 14.0. So let's hop right into it. So in the newest devlog that World of Warships released, they announced a lot of other goodies as well amongst the new unique commander. Upcoming in 14.0, they have announced the early access to the new Dutch light cruiser line. They have announced that. Now, something that I found really interesting, if you scroll down here real quick, the unique commander is entering testing in 14.0, but it's not going at the same time as the light cruiser line. So it's going into testing in 14.0. Which I find really interesting, because I would think that they would release the commander at the same time as the new light cruiser line that's coming out. So I find that really interesting how the light cruiser line is confirmed. The early access is confirmed for 14.0, but the unique commander will be added to testing in 14.0. So we won't be seeing this commander for a bit. It would be nice if it came out at the same time as the light cruiser line. That'd be really cool. But unfortunately, we're not gonna get that, unfortunately. So let's talk about this new unique commander for the Netherlands that I'm so excited about, because I love the Golden Lou. It's one of my favorite ships. So it's Conrad Helfrich. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. It has the following enhanced skills. For aircraft carriers, it has increased pyrotechnics, so 1% better than the standard. For battleships, cruisers, and destroyers, it's all the same. It is demolition expert with a 0.5% increase to fires of the standard 1%. Now, something that some of the more competitive players or people that are more known about the enhanced skills is noticing is that if you look on Claws or on the Repair, they have the enhanced skill for the focus fire training. Now, this is something that a lot of people are like, oh, well, this makes it where you get a slightly better reload on your armament. No, it does not. This only gives you a 10% priority sector reinforcement buff. So if you look at the very bottom right of that skill, at the enhanced skill where it says the priority sector and reinforcement is 35%. And then if we look at a regular commander, it is 25% for the regular commander. And the rest of the numbers are the same. So having, because a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's not going to be worth it to put the legendary commander on because it doesn't have this enhanced focus fire training. But it doesn't matter, because the enhanced skill only increases the priority sector reinforcement. So the legendary commander is definitely going to be worth it, and I'll be explaining why when we look over the talents. That was one of the main concerns, because they're like, oh, well, why would I bring legendary to clan battles, sorry, the unique commander in the clan battles, when I can use Claws or the other commander with this skill that is going to make it better reload? And it's like, no, it doesn't. So unfortunate. But let's go back and talk about the unique commander and its special talents. All right, so the first talent is the ship a day, which now this is gonna be for all of the, if you have this ship on any of the lines or ships, it doesn't matter what it is, it's going to be activated for. So activates upon dealing 40,000 damage. Now this is damage with your guns, torpedoes, bombs. It is not spotting damage, it is dealing damage. So dealing damage to ships, crew, any ships, no airplane damage, only actual damage. So per 40,000 damage, so in increments of 40,000, 80,000, and 120,000, you get a 3.2% main battery shell damage buff and a 3.2% damage bomb buff of a maximum total of 10% at the max stats. And this can only be activated 3 times. So pretty much at 40,000 damage, you get 3.2%. At 80,000, you get 6.4%. And when you hit 120,000 damage, you then get a total of 10%. So the last one is like 3.6%, so it does a total of 10%. So if you normally do 80,000 damage, you're going to get a 6.4% damage buff to your guns and your bombs, which is very, very useful. That extra damage is going to help you a lot, do more damage throughout the match, and you'll be able to contribute more to the team. The next one is going to be Fervore of Battle, which activates upon earning the Wither achievement. If you don't know, the Wither achievement, you have to do 60,000 damage by fires or by flooding. And I'll just double check for you guys real quick. Let's go to profile. Let's look right here. Deal at least 60,000 fire and flooding damage to enemies is what Witherer is. So as long as you do 60,000 fire or flooding damage and or by the way, you will be getting that 10% main battery reload and that 15% airstrike reload time. Now this one is the biggest. Now the main battery reload is also really nice. So if you go and look at the current stats for the Golden Lou, the gun reload is 15%. So imagine a 10% reduction in reload. So it goes down to 13.5. Now if you're on the Trump and you get Witherer, you would then go from a 4.6 second reload down to a 4.14, like 4.1 second reload, which is a massive jump for destroyers. And if we go back to the Golden Lou, and let's imagine the bombs, right? Imagine you have a bomb, right? So this Golden Lou, of course, it has the legendary mod. So that reduces it by 25%, right? So if you have this 51 seconds, then you reduce that reload by 15%, right? You reduce it by 15%. So 15% of 51 is around, like, it reduces it down to 43 to 44 seconds. That's a massive jump from 51 seconds. That's a really big jump. Think about it this way, right? So it normally 3 charges of bombs. It takes about 153 seconds with this, right? 153 seconds. 3 charges with this new, with that active, with that 15%, it goes down from 153 down to 132 or 136, like 132 or 136-ish. That's like a massive difference for the reload, for sure, for the bombs. Massive. It's going to be, you're going to be able to do a lot more bomb damage. And if you think about it, a lot of DCPs last for about 20 or 30 seconds-ish. And the Japanese, of course, last like 9 or 10 seconds. And their cooldown for battleships is normally really massive. So let's take a look here real quick. Normally the DCP timers for battleships are around 80 seconds, which is a very, very long time. And they definitely will be suffering from that faster reload for the bombs. And that's not even the best, like, to me, that's pretty much the best talent you can for this commander. The fact it reduces the reload of the guns and the bombs, massive buff to both the Golden Lou and the Trump. For the Trump, it makes the reload go from 48 seconds. If you do the 15%, of course, it goes down to about 42 to 43 seconds. So about 6-second difference. Really, like a 5-second difference. My apologies. Like 4.8 seconds. So is about what it is. So 4.8 seconds for the Trump reduction. So really good for the Trump to get those bombs out more. And so the final talent for the unique commander is going to be the Pugno Pro Patria, which activates upon landing 50 bomb hits. And when you get 50 bomb hits, you get +1 maximum airstrike charge and +3 squadron aircraft on deck. Now, this one is going to be for aircraft, right? This isn't talking about squadron. This isn't talking about airstrike. This is talking about for aircraft carriers, right? This is the main one for the light cruiser line, the heavy cruiser line, and the Trump or any other Dutch cruiser in the game or destroyer, right? You get 1 extra charge. So pretty much when you hit 50 bombs, which isn't hard on the Trump, you're then going to get 3 available airstrikes onto targets, which is huge for the Trump. But the fact they also increase the range from 10 kilometers to 12 kilometers, massive change. This is going to be huge for Trump players. I already saw like a slight increase in Trump players when they increased the range from 10 to 12. That made it such a way more wiggle room in this ship, and I love seeing it. For the Golden Lou, if you have the legendary mod, that goes from 3 to 4. Imagine having a div. I put on doing this when the unique commander comes out, having a div of 3 Golden Lous and dropping 12 bombs on a poor target. I plan on doing this whenever, just for fun, for memes, whenever the unique commander comes out. But just being able to drop 12 airstrikes on someone is just going to be so hilarious and meme worthy to do. I cannot wait to do it. Because right now, three charges already feel really good on the Golden Lou. Because usually you have 1 bomb to hit, and if they miss, you got the second bomb, which you can then hit. And if you get a fire and they DCP, you then have the 3rd bomb to then get a permafire on and do a ton of damage. Now you can get 4 bombs, so you have 2 or 3 bombs to make sure you get a hit and make sure they DCP, and the final bomb can be used to get that permafire, to get that really good damage. Because what's the goal of the Golden Lou? Your goal is to get those fires, get those bomb hits, to get that damage, and your goal is to get the fires burning to get that sustained damage. Because the more fires you get on them, the more damage you're going to get. And overall, I'm just going to say, it's easier to get 50 bomb hits on the Trump than you are with the Golden Lou. Now, the thing is because the bombs on the Trump are more tight together. The box is smaller, which means you're more likely to hit way more bombs if they're in the box than you are with the Golden Lou. The Golden Lou's bombs are way more spread out. It's a bigger box. So the Golden Lou bombs are less, you're gonna hit less bombs in the square than compared to Trump. You're gonna hit way more bombs. So the Trump is more likely to hit that 50 bomb mark than the Golden Lou. I would still expect the Trump to probably get this 90% of the time, that 50 bomb hit. And the Golden Lou, it'd be about 70% of the time you're gonna hit over 50 bombs, is my guess for it. But that is the unique commander. They said this is still in development and will become available to players in one of the future patches. They haven't said when. They just said that it's going to be available later in the future. It is currently in testing coming up in January in 14.0. I would have loved that unique commander to come with the light cruiser line, kind of like how they did the Pan American line early access for the Liberta, where they had the Liberta event, and then you could use those tokens to get the boxes for the collection to get the commander. I would have loved them to do that, but unfortunately, they weren't able to do that, unfortunately, so kind of upsetting, but I would have loved to see that for sure for the light cruiser line, but I don't know. It is what it is. I'm just happy they're adding more unique commanders to the game, adding more specialties, made a little bit more diversity in the game for those unique commanders. Something for newer players or old veterans to grind as well. I'm really looking forward to this coming into the game for sure. This is going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this new unique commander. Do you guys like it? Do you hate it? Do you guys like this sort of thing being added to the game? Let me know what you guys think. But again, I love playing Golden Lou. It's one of my favorite ships to play in the game. A lot of fun, really memey. Again, so my overall premise of this unique commander, right? It's not going to change how competitive plays, like for clan battles. It's not going to change that because, again, those special talents, those unique skills do not activate in clan battles. They only activate in randoms, any non-competitive game mode, right? Randoms, randoms, co-op, operations, brawls, and ranked. they do not activate in clan battles. They activate in every other mode except clan battles, right? So the new legendary commander isn't going to change. Sorry, the new commander is not going to change how people take it, the commander into clan battles, right? But it is going to change it is going to change how people will be playing these ships for like randoms for stuff, right? You're going to be seeing a lot more people grinding these lines, grinding the commander XP to be able to get that unique commander, get that level up. Because once you get the commander, right, you got to level it up, get to level 21. And once you get to level 21, then that's the real fun begins once you have it fully built. And I will be loving it and enjoying it once it comes out. I'm really looking forward to it. It makes me really happy that they are doing it. I love playing the Golden Lou. I love playing the Trump. I'm also looking forward to the light cruiser line coming in January as well. I haven't looked over it too much because I don't want like any, like I don't want to have any biases on if the light cruiser is going to be good or bad. But what I've been hearing is that the Golden Lou is going to be more of a competitive ship, while the light cruiser line is probably more of a randoms line, more of like a farmer line is how I'm hearing it. Hearing it through the grapevine from like how people have been kind of estimating from stats or how they guess it's going to be played. That's what I've been hearing anyway for the light cruiser line. So if you want my opinion, that's what I think of it. But again, I haven't really tested it. I just looked over stats. I haven't really wanted to disappoint myself or be over hype about it. I'm just looking forward to a new Dutch line coming into the game. But if you guys have any questions or concerns, let me know in the comments down below. But this is OverlordBou, and I will talk to y'all later.